And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the AI and SEO news for week, what was that, 29? That was last week. I've gathered all the news. There's not too much going on here. I know you guys on vacation, but hey, I'm keep bringing you the juice. My name is Frederick Drost. I work for Precis Digital. So let's jump right into it. First up here, we've got another cool study here from Ahrefs. And if you follow if you follow this channel, you'll know that a few weeks ago we talked about Ahrefs AI generated content detector, which actually works pretty well. Honestly, it really saw through what I at least thought was pretty good AI content. And again, we don't advise anyone to just publish AI content, and this is a really good study to actually prove why it was a good idea that we never advised this. And you can see here how many pages in AI overviews are created assisted with AI. So this is very much based on AI overviews, but you can see here it's mostly human plus AI. We've got a bit of minimal AI. Pure human is 8.6%, so that's interesting. Pure AI is 3.6, so that's the lowest, which is just, well, it's nice to be proven right when you advise a lot of people and your clients to not just publish AI content, but change it a little bit, have that human element. We can bring things to the plate. We can do a little bit extra research. We can ask professionals and then add those tips. We can even be a professional in our content and have expert tips. So I'd say that's really, really, really good. And I love this study. So have a look at that. Next up, this is not so much SEO, but it is AI related. It's a pretty cool article on what soft skills you need to have in order to not be replaced by AI, supposedly. Curation, curiosity, connectivity is going to make us irreplaceable. So I just really like this. I'm not going to go too much into it. I feel like if you don't work with AI right now in the SEO space, digital marketing space, you're probably going to be replaced by someone who can work with AI really well because he's going to do your job much faster. So yeah, that's one thing. Really good article here. This was interesting. There's actually two links here. Those links, of course, available in the YouTube video description. You have all the news, all the headlines, all the descriptions, and the links. But here are two independent sources that basically both showed that SearchGPT has quietly shifted from Bing to sourcing from Google. And one of these guys on Twitter here actually did a test, so published an article on like a completely made up keyword, so to speak. Sorry, and then tested it in SearchGPT and also others, and it was definitely heavily cited, showing that it was indexed in Google, not in Bing. So quite a definite test, I would say. And then, of course, also read the article here from Alex SEO. Very good stuff. So what does that mean? Well, we've been working a lot with Google rankings, so it now has a higher impact on AI traffic as well, perhaps. Although I tend to see that if you rank well in Google, you rank well in Bing. And I think there was a study a long time ago also showing Bing is copying Google search results a bit. So yeah, it might all be connected, but I think it ties all the knots together when there's all these people coming up saying, yeah, I'm a geo, AEO, AI traffic expert. Since when, first of all, but secondly, most of what that is good SEO anyway, and this kind of helps tie the knot even further together. Then the lovely John Mueller here and Martin Split confirms that it's okay to do content changes for SEO testing. So again, if good SEO is to make content better, more useful, make better UX, basically a better internet, which I think it is if you're doing white hat good SEO, then yes, I think they're right. I think this, always take this with a grain of salt, but it's nice to hear and hear that from them as well. And let's talk Google June 2025 core update. Very good, interesting articles here. Again, two links. We've got Marie Haynes here analyzing pages. She used Perplexity, I think, to do this. So she had a bit of a kind of looking at her client specifically, of course, anonymized. And then we've got the SEO Roundtable article as well. What I find interesting here is that the pages that improved in terms of traffic definitely had, well, not generic content, and they went beyond surface level answers, nuanced real world problems, of course. They provided first-hand experience, original imagery, that's big one too, honest commentary, strong UX, clean layout, scannable content, effective visuals, comprehensive solutions, troubleshooting, FAQs, and they were often written by authors who clearly understood the user's intent and pain point. I mean, that is why we can't just publish AI content, because AIs or LLMs tend to just flatten the knowledge they have. So everyone kind of gets the same guide if we all publish a gene washing guide. And this is why it's good to get into that expert level thing, going beyond the surface. Making it unique is really what all of this does, whether it's even the scannable content, effective visuals. If that is what's going to make your article unique, I think that's a good way to summarize this. It looks like Google is doing a great job. People are saying here there's a shift from Muvera to the new vector search method. So I truly believe that Google has actually done a pretty good job here, and we'll hopefully see some more of these niche websites, which is something we see with the June core update. A lot of these smaller niche websites that are highly concentrated onto one topic are gaining visibility, and I remember, and that is good. If you're only selling Ray-Bans and you have a lot of content on Ray-Bans, you should be the #1 source. Of course, if all the other factors are there as well, right? We need some experts. It can't just be a weird drop shipping site. But yeah, again, I think it's just becoming better. So this core update is positive in my opinion. Next up here, we've got an article from Search Engine Journal that basically states we should not look at average position anymore in Search Console. I've never looked at that as a big factor or metric to kind of make decisions on. If you see changes, of course, we need to deep dive, but always look at clicks, CTR, all these other metrics side by side with position, and always deep dive. What's going on? Is it branded, non-brand? Are there any types of pages that are changing in ranking? And one of the reasons for this is AI Overviews now just classifies everything as one position, 1 or 0, which means that you can actually have a lot of these different articles that are cited as sources getting that high position, but maybe not a click. And so we really have to take our shift away from that. And we can still deep dive. But I think, as they mentioned here, we need to classify based on rankings, SERP features, sorry. So blue links, AI overviews, but we can't do that in Search Console. So yeah, we're in a bit of a, as SEOs here, we have a bit of an issue when it comes to reporting. It's getting harder now with AI overviews, AI mode. Google is not helping us at all. So we can do a little bit of extrapolation, I think, here. But overall, pretty good article. Have a look, have a read. Very nice stuff here. Then another one here, Kevin Indig from Search Engine Journal here, arguing that we must shift from keyword-first mindset to topic-first approach. This is something we're testing with a few of our clients as well, where we're going, okay, well, we're talking about topic A. And a lot of times beforehand would be, well, look at all these keywords. They have different intents, different questions. We just create we create the content around that, and boom, we move on. Well, I think what we're testing now is moving deeper into questions that we know people might actually be asking, but doesn't necessarily come up on third-party data sets in terms of keywords, volume. Like there's nothing, and that doesn't mean people don't have that question. And with AI mode and AI's overviews kind of can cite and synthesize all of this stuff, it might be interesting to see if we get picked up for this. First of all, ranking for that question, there's pretty much no competition. So if anybody asks that in an LLM, we might get cited most likely in Google as well. But also for the more generic terms, we might actually get cited as like, here, read about this. Here's a great article about that. So this is a test we're doing. So definitely something we've been doing beforehand. So Kevin Indig, thanks for confirming. But again, we are doing this as tests, which is important to note. And then finally here, if you want to block AI crawlers, but you can't afford Cloudflare's packages, there is a solution for this. One thing to note is this is definitely for blocking AI crawlers who are eating up your server budget. Not so much for just getting, we don't want to block all AI crawlers, we just kind of want to maybe limit them a little bit, especially for trading data. Sorry, tired today, a little bit sick as well. But yeah, it's mostly for server budget issues if they're really eating up that. But we still want to get cited by LLMs, right? There's plenty of things. Maybe you have content you really want to block for training data. That's okay, I think. But definitely we don't want the fetchers. There's a different bots that fetches. If you search within ChatGPT, for example, we don't want to block those. We do want them to fetch our URLs and get cited. They can definitely give us great referral traffic. But yeah, here's a solution if they're eating up your valuable server budget. And that's it for this week's news. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, comment if you have any notes. Um, in the video description, you've got links, summaries, titles, everything. Just go down there, click on whatever you think is important, and read up on it. And until I see you guys or girls next time, have a lovely day.